Hello, welcome back to Lessons Learned. I'm Sherry. This is Monday Quilt Chat. Hi everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. We are still dealing with storms, rain, flooding. It's like Stormageddon around here. We just don't get a break anymore. Lots of places are flooding that don't usually flood. We do have a little creek down below our house. We live kind of up on a knoll, so you know, it's not threatening to us anyway, but it's kind of disturbing to look down through there and all the pasture ground looks like a lake. I feel like I live in a house on the lake. So it's kind of good, kind of disturbing. But either way, it's got to stop soon. And I'm so scared that the springtime is just going to go right into heat, you know, after all of this. I don't know. Sometimes that happens here. This is southern Indiana, so we just have all kinds of different weather all year long. You just never know what you're going to get in a day. You can look at the weekly forecast and you'll get a kind of an idea, but even that is not always very accurate. So we just kind of live day by day as far as the weather goes. Get up that morning and figure out how to dress and you know, what kind of shoes to put on and all of that stuff. So I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you're not getting affected by any of this stuff in a detrimental way. It will finally dry up and we can continue on. But yeah, that's just the way it's been here the past week or so. I think today, Monday, is going to be better. And tomorrow, for sure, it is going to be cooler. We're going to get back down into the 40s and maybe even into the 30s a little bit. It's April, what? 7th, 8th? I forget. Yeah, I don't know why it's getting cold. Canada, are you sending us some of your cold? Could be. We get weather fronts from that direction. So anyway, this past weekend, what did I do? Well, when I left you on Friday, I told you I was going to make this block. And I did. I did make that. This was a design. It's Cats in the Corner. She designed it. I didn't say who designed it, did I? It's J. Wecker Frisch's. I think I did say that on Friday, didn't I? So this was her contribution from the Riley Blake block challenge for this year. And so this is block number 10. So we just have a few left and then we can get to the nitty gritty of putting this thing together. So I did get that done. I did work on Twizzle. I'm working on those half square triangles still. I didn't have as much sewing time as I expected. I went to my Longarmer meeting, which was nice. We had a good showing for that. And an anniversary party. I went to a party Saturday evening, and you know, one thing led into the other thing, and there was just no good, you know, lots of time for sewing, which, you know, I shouldn't be giving excuses because I tell you all not to make excuses. But at least I went to my Longarmer meeting and I picked up some fabric there that I needed for something specific. And yeah, so we'll call that was a sewing thing that I did on Saturday. Today I've been working on the HSTs. This is Sunday for me. What else? I did do some, you know, Friday and Saturday, I think. I worked on my mother-in-law's stash a little bit more, and I know you're thinking, how big is this stash? Well, you saw it, but I only have these snippets of time some days. So, you know, if I put a load in the washer and get it out of the dryer, that might be something I do one day. The next day, I may iron it and roll it. So that's just kind of how it's been going. And I'm really enjoying having my girl that's helping me. Her name is Allie, and she has been taking big boxes of scraps and whatnot and turning this into yummy fat quarters, 5-inch squares, 10-inch squares, and so forth. I'm dealing mainly with the big pieces. So she's gotten through most of that. And so now I'm sending her my batting cutoffs from the long arm and some of my own leftover pieces from projects and things like that. So I told her it is going to diminish down to not too much here pretty soon. But I think she's having fun with it, and she's doing a great job. And I appreciate it very, very, very much. So it's helping me out a lot. It's one less thing right here. So I have a lot of stuff to go through today. So this is going to be a very busy, chatty video for you, which I know a lot of you like. There's not going to be a dull moment in this one. So sampler box. I know you all have seen the So sampler box by now, probably. Those of you who don't get it and want to see what's in it this month, I'll quickly go through it. And this would be March's box, and it's called Spring Revival. And on the back, the code is for if you purchase $40 from Fat Quarter Shop, you'll get a free mat. And I happen to have already purchased that mat. I'll show it to you in my recent acquisitions. And then there's a little announcement about the sew along from the sampler box for 2025, which begins this month. So this month we'll get the first pattern in that. That's the box I don't have yet. And then there's an extra pattern here for the Sew Sampler fabric that they sent. So the Sew Sampler fabric that they sent is New Beginnings by Sandy Gervais, right? No. Who is this? Oh my goodness, I can't recognize her face. Hold on a minute. Let me get the... It is by... Well, here it is right here. Sandy Gervais, yeah. I thought I recognized her, and then I looked at her picture on here, and I thought, is that her? Yeah, Sandy Gervais. I'm not going to take it out, but this is a beautiful selection of fabric. Just beautiful. Very springy, very soft and sweet. And this is the pattern that they sent for it. It's called Waterfall. Looks like this. And I don't know if this one has a finishing kit that you can order or not. No, it doesn't. But you need 3 1/8 yards of background and border, and 5/8 yard of binding, and 3 3/4 yards for backing. So that's a cute little pattern. It's a lot of little friendship stars, I think they're called, and great big half square triangles. Looks like. And then the Peaceful Baskets roundup. We got our last pattern, which I can just go right into. Block number 12 is this one. It's called Hourglass Basket Block. And then we got the instructions for finishing the Peaceful Baskets, which is, I'm just going to show you on this little card here what it looks like, because that's what it's going to look like when we get done. Now, you know I've been using that other color palette, other line of fabric, and it'll look completely different, but you can see how there's little stars in between here on the sashings. So that's what it's going to wind up looking like. So I need to get my hourglass done and finish out the quilt. Iron cleaner from Odie. Odif. I always say Odie. It's in a little like squeeze bottle. It's not really a bottle, it's like a pouch. And then also this is a little vacuum cleaner for desktop. I haven't tried it out yet. Listen. It's probably good for dust and really small pieces. Now how do I get it off? Power button. I guess I hit the power button by mistake. Let's see what else. It has a little thing like this too you can stick on it right here. Get down in places. So that's cute. Battery operated. Says Fat Quarter Shop on it. An OFA blade. Nice practical thing to put in the box. And by the way, those of you who are watching Mark's channel, yes, I did give him a blade to put in his Olfa cutter, so he is back in business, and he said it made a world of difference. We all know this, don't we? You got to keep a sharp blade in there. I think that's probably how I messed up my neck, is doing a lot of cutting and ironing. I've done a lot of ironing. So that's that. We got One Blues Batik over the weekend. Mark went down to the P.O. box unexpectedly because he was down that way. Anytime we're down that way, we go, no matter what day of the week it is. I had been trying to go on Wednesdays at the beginning of this adventure, and I was doing that, but sometimes we would go a second time if we were down there, because it takes about 25 minutes to get down there, and it's all city driving. So these are from C, it just says C period, I'm not going to say your last name, from Minnesota. So this will be a nice addition. I'm studying these blocks right now and trying to figure out, trying to get the right look that I'm looking for. So we will be getting to that pretty soon. What else do I have for you? Recent acquisitions. Let's just stick with that because I was showing you stuff from the Sew Sampler. I got an order of the Tim Holtz from Free Spirit, the Eclectic Elements palettes that I'm collecting. This one is the red one that I didn't have. So let's open these and look at these. This one's from a couple months back, but I didn't get them the first time. I wasn't sure I was going to collect them at that point. And I wasn't crazy about the red, but of course I love it. Here's what they look like. I'm just going to show you like this. Well, I don't know. Let me see. They've got them in this strange folding pattern here. So let me see if I can keep them in some kind of order so you can see them. So we have this border. Then we have the scrapbook type with the vintage stuff. Scrapbooky. And then there's this one. It has some sort of digital print on it right here. Like, almost like, yeah, digital. It's like a clock. I have to figure that out, what that means. And then a little light background red, teeny tiny florally viney thing. We have a receipt book, or what would this be? A balance sheet, maybe, like a checkbook register. Then we have this alphabet, and it also has some little curly cues on it. We got the stamps. A lot of them have the stamps, don't they? We got maps again. Rome. This is a map of Rome. We got raffle tickets. Just tickets in general. Got a old-timey red, green, gold with swirls on it and flowers. Very pretty. Very pretty. So then when I decided that, yeah, I love all of these, I'm just going to go collect all of them. And whatever happens with this fabric happens. I just really don't have a current plan for it. But you know how you collect fabric lines sometimes? Tula, K-Facet, all of that kind of stuff. And then here's this month's is neutrals. I'm going to open this. Neutrals. Let's see if I can get this to where you can see it. So we have this one. It's like ads in a newspaper. We have this one. This one. That looks really different in the camera than it does in person. For some reason you can't really see how these looks, all these squares. I'm looking at this right now and it just looks like a lot of tiny things. I can't see that That is weird. Huh. And then here's the stamps. Here's the scrapbooky stuff. That one has a little color on it right there. Here's the tickets. And the maps. I need to look at these and see what is the map of. That one clearly said Rome, but this is someplace in the United States. It's another city. I'll have to look a little bit more on it. Kind of a scientific-y looking one. We got barnwood. And we got cogs and machinery. Cool. Very cool. So that was part of my order. The other part of my order was this. And I was excited to get this. This is like a paint chip thing, see? But what's different about it is it's got these holes in it where you can take your fabric and put under it and see how it goes. It's not just for matching the exact color, but also finding out what other colors go with this to contrast. Like if you wanted if you had something that was this color, but you wanted to make sure something else that goes with it would contrast, you can put it over it and see that it's going to be enough contrast. Or if it's going to get all murky and you not really see a contrast. It talks a lot about in here, I was looking at it when I first got it, about why value is important. This is a value tool. And I thought I might talk about this a little bit more later on, because this is a pretty valuable tool if you ask me. It's called Ultimate Value Tool, but it's talking about color values. But I think it's valuable too because it's got every range of color here, and that hole in there is going to be key to you getting the right contrast that you need for it. So that makes putting fabrics together a lot easier. So this was a little bit on the pricey side. It is cheaper than what I have seen it in other places, but this is Fat Quarter Shop, and it was $17.98. But it's nice and sturdy. It's not flimsy, and it'll last the rest of your life. The Eclectic Elements palettes that I got were $35.98 a piece, and that is 10 fat quarters. And then I got this free mat, and that was for having the Sew Sampler coupon. So when I placed my order with Fat Quarter Shop for my fabric and my value tool, I put that code in, and I got this for free. So she's coming out with all of these Kimberly's color products, and this was one of them we could get for free if we placed a $40 or over order with Fat Quarter Shop. So that's going on. That's the kind of perks you get with the Sew Sampler box. So that's what I got from there. Let me put this back in here. And then I also got some Happy Mail. Generous May sent me something else. She saw on the Facebook group, or maybe I said it here, that I was running out of clips and boards for my fabric rolling that I've been doing so much of lately. So she has gone to maximum capacity with her fabric, so she sent me her leftover boards. She kept a few, thank goodness, and clips. The boards and the clips that I use. Her boards are a little bit narrower than mine, but it's going to work because I'm going to take all those solids from my mother-in-law's stash and put on those boards and put them in a different size cubicle that I have over there. Cube storage. So it's going to work out perfect. And then, she realized that, once you've got everything rolled and put away in the space that you have, what's going to happen from there is you're going to be unrolling fabric. You're going to be using fabric. So your boards will come back to you. Your boards and your clips will come back to you. So she shared hers with me. So thank you, May, for that. That was really good to get. I appreciate it very much. And then she was also so generous. I want to show you her card, though. It's very pretty. I should be thanking you, not you thanking me, which I am. I'm thanking you. She shared some extra patterns that she wasn't going to use. I'm not going to go through all of those, but I am going to mention one that I'm particularly intrigued with, and that is this one from Villa Rosa. And I don't know if that shows up very good there, but I liked how they took this wild fabric and went across. It's very subtle, and it's also around your panel. Okay, so I have a panel that this will work with. Now this is a square panel, I think, a 32-inch square. I may have to adapt it a little bit, but what I liked was the idea, the inspiration it gave me for what's going around it. You see that? I'm going to do something, and that's so easy. And I'm either going to use, I have a peacock pattern like this. I think it's a peacock or some kind of fancy bird. Is that what's on here? Yeah, peacocks, look. It's not the exact one I have, but I've got one that would work. Or that ginkgo fabric that I have. Remember that ginkgo leaf fabric? It's a panel. I have a big piece, and then I also have, I think I have two different pieces of fabric, yardage, and also have a layer cake on that. So yeah, this inspired me. So I'm putting this right here so I don't stash it away and forget where it is. And then she also sent me, bless her heart, she's so generous, some stuff from her stash. This is a Wild Meadow charm pack by Sweetfire Road, and a piece of yardage that goes with it. So that'll make a cute little project. And I love how you packaged it up. That was so neat. So these are the size boards that she uses, but those will fit perfect where I'm gonna use them. And then this one is called Folktale by Lila Boutique. Same setup, a charm pack and some yardage. So that's really cute. I love all of this. You know what I like. You know what I like, May. Thank you so much. That made me so happy. And then, let's see, a couple other things that I want to go through. Did I talk to you about my thread thing? Let's save that. We got the Connecting Threads. Did you get your Connecting Threads magazine? If not, go to my link in the description box and go to their website there and sign up by putting your email in, and they'll be sending you one. This is the April 2025, and they have a new line called Spring Nectar. Very pretty. Let me show you the kits, because you know they have awesome kits in their new lines. Here it is. Again, isn't that so springy and beautiful? Here's the kits. Oh my goodness, look at them. Aren't those pretty? I love this one. I love them all. Let's see. Here's another kit that I like, and this is not Spring Nectar, but I like this little kit right here. I'd like to purchase that and get it for myself. There's more here. Yes. And then they also have this blueberry parfait. If you like the blues and the creams. I don't know who does their marketing for their magazine, but they do an absolutely fantastic job. Here's some. I think that was all I wanted to show you. I kind of regret that I haven't gotten any Sunday brunch in the Tilda, and they have that in here. I may still get some of that. See, I have to watch myself. I just love everything. I don't love everything, but there's so much that I do really love. And just have to keep within my boundaries, right? And watch my spending, because got to take care of our quilt health. How many times are you going to hear me say that this year? Well, every time. All right, so this magazine, I was tooling around in the Meijer store because I had to pick up some cheese or something. So, of course, I found myself in the magazine, the quilt magazine section. No, actually, I was looking for some mechanical pencils because we've used all our mechanical pencils up around here. And I went over there, and lo and behold, the magazines were over there. They changed the whole store around. Do y'all have Meijer? We have Meijer here. M-E-I-J-E-R. Quilt Maker. I've never seen this magazine before. Have you seen this magazine before? I don't know how I missed it, but I just wanted to show you one thing in here. Maybe just one thing. Well, here's all the projects that's in there. And yes, there's patterns to do all of these. Can you guess which one caught my eye? Take a look. I'm going to give you like 10 seconds to take a look and see which one of these caught my eye. And then I'm going to point to it. Got your answer in there? It was this one. Why? Because it looks like Twizzle. But I'm going to go there and show ya. Page 32. Yeah, it's paper piecing. Look at this. Now, this isn't just a fancy photography. That really does have that shading in it. And I'll show you a little bit easier. Now, I'm not giving away the pattern Quilt Maker magazine. I'm just showing this one thing. See how you lay those on there to get that effect? I love stuff like that. So I might be making this in the future. I'm going to hang on to this magazine and see if I can fit this in on the docket. The docket is full, you guys. So full, so full. Okay, so let's do our art quilt of the week, and then I have an assignment for you. So be sure and hang on till after this, and I'll tell you what the assignment is. Okay, I'm going to put a picture right here. This is called Sphere, S-P-H-E-R-E, just like it sounds, 77 by 77. And it's by Beth Neufer and Clem Buzik of Fargo, North Dakota. I think we've had them before, haven't we? It says, Beth drew this design on graph paper with the intention of creating a 3D effect. Not only that, but she used only Dupioni silk, which gave the sphere its brilliance. Clem quilted with 60 weight polyester because of the shine and strength it gave to the quilt, along with its thinness to complement the silk. The quilt has been shown at several shows, including PIQF Santa Clara and Road to California. Dupioni silk. Do you know what Dupioni silk is? It's kind of a heavy silk, but sure does give an amazing effect for an art quilt. But look at this 3D design she created. Oh my goodness, don't you feel like you're just reaching back into a box, into a back of a room to get to that roundness that's in the center? And it kind of bulges either out or in. You may see something totally different. But this is quite the talent here, especially the pattern writing that was done. Oh my goodness. Because look how the white diamonds, look how some of them to us they look like they're just rectangular pieces of paper thrown in there. But really, those are all the same size diamonds. If you were standing there, you would see all the same size diamonds, I think. Wow. Just wow. That's all I have to say about that. So, and just your basic, well, it's just about got every color there is in it. Amazing. 77 by 77. That's a pretty good size. Lots of intricate quilting on it as well. Amazing. More inspiration for us. Okay, so that assignment that I have for you is based on this little clip that I'm going to show you, and it has to do with our thread storage. So I looked back in my thread storage, which is 2 drawers behind me in this cabinet, the other day, and I'm like, enough. We've got to do something about this. I didn't take a before picture. So imagine this in your brain. You look down into these thread drawers and you have all of the spools of thread on those little wooden spools sitting there nice, but there's thread everywhere and bobbins thrown in on top. So that's what it was. Here's what it looks like now. Well, this looks a lot better. Here's my little table back here. My top drawer has other things in it. Mostly, well, I'll show you. It's not too bad. Just stuff I grab a lot. So it's in there. And then here's my 2 thread drawers. This unit, which opens, it has 2 boards you can lay down in there that have those holes in it where you can put the pegs for the thread. So I have 2 thread drawers. This one's full pretty much. And no, I don't keep my thread in any particular order. But these are my older threads. Some of them are specialty threads, like there's some stuff I used when I was doing free motion on the Jazz 2 and on my other machines before that. And then I have a little container of all different manner of bobbin, and yeah, those are bobbin clips, bobbin, whatever you want to call it. There's like 3 different kinds in there. And a little box of confetti from Wonderfill. And I've got a little bit of room left. I probably could pare this down. I don't use a lot of this, but it looks a lot better. I don't get into this drawer very much. I mostly get into this one for thread. And I'm just looking for a particular color, usually. It's all different kinds, mostly Aurifil. There's some connecting threads, some Missouri Star, some Wonderfill, some generic, some Coates & Clark. I have gotten rid of a lot of thread over the last 3 years. So this is kind of what I'm keeping for now. But it looks better. Before, it just had bobbins and thread strewn everywhere. So we're back in business here. So that's my assignment for you this week. Take a look at what's going on with your thread. If your thread looks good and tidy, don't worry about it. Maybe take the can of duster and dust it off. If it looked like my drawers did that I described to you just now, take 10 minutes and go through. Also, I pulled out some threads that are needing to be used up from there, and some neutrally bobbins. I'm going to use this up for piecing. I've already emptied 3 since I did this. I think I did this on Friday. I took the smallest. I'm just graduating myself up from the smallest amount on up until I've got all of these, and you heard me drop one. That's my next one too, because it didn't have very much on it. So there's grays and taupes and creams, and I'm just going to use all those up and get them out of the way. All right, that's your assignment. Sew something every day this week. Keep working on your projects. If you haven't sewn for a while, go tool around in your sewing room and look at some stuff, turn some things over, and get inspired by the wonderful things you have in there. All right, we will see you on Wednesday for a Wednesday video. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but I do want to tell you that tomorrow morning, Mark, on his channel, Quilter's Architect, link in the description box, has a video for you, and it is an unboxing. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You got to go over and look. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye.